Welcome,
Hey,
welcome to Web3 Gamer, the recap, where we cover this week in Web3 gaming from gameplay trailers, news, game updates, and discuss everything that's going on in the Web3 gaming industry. I am your host, Iceyyy, and I'm joined by my co-host, friendly Paisan. Paisan, how you doing, bud?
hello. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great as well. Crazy week. Obviously, we didn't have a show last week, so there's even more to catch up on. Yeah, craziness all over the place. Good and bad. A lot of bad, some good. I don't know what to say. I don't know how we're gonna do the show today, to be honest.
There's a lot. I mean, you miss 1 week in the Web3 gaming space. It's like you missed a whole month. So, I mean, we could just try and cover it the best as we can.
Yeah, there's also that quote. Obviously, in the the macro crypto sense, there's a lot to talk about there too, which we're gonna. That's not really the scope of the show, but we are going to touch upon it later on. But it reminds me of that quote where it's like, sometimes nothing happens for, decades, and then all of a sudden decades happen, in like a week. So many weeks, nothing happens, and then all of a sudden like a decade will happen in a week. And that certainly seems like this week feels like that. But we'll get into it. So the format of the show, everybody, this is how it works. We're going to talk about some game teasers. We've got a bunch of awesome game teasers for us today. I'm super excited about that. Got a bunch of game updates to go through as well. A lot of those are going to be some quick hits. Of course, we're going to cover some industry news, talk about some things that are on the horizon, upcoming events, games, contests, competitions, things like that. And then we'll close out the show talking about the games that we're playing, because this is Web3 Gamer and we are gamers. Paisan, you've been gaming a lot this week, right?
Yeah, I've been gaming a lot this week.
Awesome.
I've been playing a lot of games, a lot of different types of games this week.
I had so much work to do to catch up from being away for a week on vacation. So I played a few games, but not too much. Got some updates there, which are fun and exciting. So yeah, got a couple housekeeping. Let's do the housekeeping, and then we'll just jump right into it because there's so much to discuss. The housekeeping is none of this is financial advice, and none of this is sponsored content. This is purely for the love. Everything that you're going to see on the show today are things that caught our eye just on Twitter or in the industry that we, wanted to talk about. We don't get paid from any games. None of this is sponsored. So yeah, and of course, none of it is financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. Crypto is risky. Don't sue us. But having that said, yeah, let's just jump into it. So boom, we got, let's see, our game teasers. I'm excited. Paisan, this first one is interesting. You said that you saw it. This is from Clementine's Nightmare. Don't know anything about it. Popped up on the radar, and I was like, "Whoa, this looks cool." So let's take a look at this. Let's watch look at our labor of love. I like the music.
It's a little bit different than the music we're used to.
Yeah. It's fun. It's light.
Yes. Interesting.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Hell yeah. Okay.
What'd you think?
To be honest with you, I think it's different.
Yeah.
What's that? But do the characters not remind you of a movie?
Does.
Right? What is it? What is the movie that I'm thinking of? Coraline, maybe? Or something
like,
to that effect?
Yeah. Caroline, maybe? Is it Caroline?
Caroline. It's Caroline. Yeah, I think it's Caroline.
It's got
but it looks
that
like
kind of
It looks
vibe,
cool.
right?
Yeah, it's different. I like it. It's different.
So we got maybe some gameplay here. So maybe it's like a auto battler, maybe. Bit of the fight.
Maybe you play your cards against others. Yeah.
I mean, the graphics look cool. I like that. Is that Clementine? She like slides in right there. You know, even like the concept, right? Clementine's nightmare. You know, it immediately drew me in. I'm like, who's Clementine? What is her nightmare? I want to know a little bit more about it. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this because graphics look super cool.
Yeah, true. This is a game I would play. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. You know, a little bit like of a relaxing game, right? Like just to like, you know, wind down a little bit. Looks fun, looks light, not, you know, not like a, you know, a high action, you know, first person shooter.
Yeah, no, and the graphics look really good, so I'm with it.
All right, Paisan. Next up, we had Champions Ascension. So Champions Ascension had, I think, like a play test or an alpha test, some type of test on Thursday. A lot of creators were in there playing. I've got their trailer here, but the trailer does include their actual gameplay footage because I watched some of the clips. So shout out to Champions Ascension. Shout out to Squiddy. So this is actually what the gameplay looked like. Those battles right there.
This is sick.
Way better than I was expecting.
Dude, this is so cool.
Sound design sounds good.
Wow. Dude, what?
Yeah.
How have I never heard of this?
We covered the trailer like 2-3 weeks ago. We covered the trailer on Web3 Gamer.
We did?
It might have been the episode right before you joined. That might have happened. But yeah, Champions Ascension. Shout out to Squiddy. The game is looking beautiful. Like I said, the playtest footage that I saw Brycent streaming it. I saw Crypto Stash. I think Cagyjan was in there as well. Looks really, really good. And there's more to it than just this, Paisan, because there's like this is basically the Coliseum arena that you jump into to have the fight, but there's like a map outside that you can walk around in and kind of engage, and they have another mini game. It's a table that you can walk up to, and it's like a crab race. Like you enter in and you get a crab, and then like you're racing against these other crabs on this little like roulette table. So looked really cool. Excited to see the developments from Champions Ascension.
Yeah, no, this definitely looks like another game I would play. If I want to make another Web 2 comparison, it looks like a better cartoonized version of that 1v1 combat, hand-to-hand combat style. I forget the name, but it was made by Ubisoft.
Okay.
But this one looks way more fun than that. Way more fun. So this is another one I'm looking forward to.
And just from what I saw, like Brycent was playing, and the match is actually kind of long. It's like a 2, 3, maybe 4-minute match, like going back and forth. And it did seem like it was a bit skill-based because there's a lot of special moves and strategy that can kind of go into it. So it's going to take a little bit to figure out. So really seemed like a dynamic gameplay, not just like an auto battler where because it's not an auto battler, it's a skill battler. So shout out to Champions Ascension. Keep doing the work. Squiddy and I were DMing a little bit, so love that. Paisan, tell me about this next one.
Oh, are we getting into it? Oh, we're getting into it. STG football, baby. Okay, well, listen, if you like Blitz, NFL Blitz back in the day, that was a great game that I used to play growing up. It was a lot of fun. Well, now we have that version updated, upgraded, and better on the blockchain. STG Football, you can now download for free on the Epic Game Store if you live in the US, Canada, or North America. But I think we have a clip of Brycent playing from his last stream.
Yeah, let's check out this clip.
Let's check it out.
That boy, made that boy fumble. Give me the ball. I'm gone. Sorry, NFL. I told you when it's the NFL. STG football.
Bro, the game makes you like, it's not just him. It's not just him. Like when the game dropped on launch, I had the same reactions to when I was making passes, making catches as a receiver. The game is just a ton of fun, dude. And you can play with 3 more of your friends. You can group up. You each are like a really important position that you can play. And it truly is a ton of fun.
Hell yeah. I love that, man. Yeah, I've been watching people play. Shout out to Mr. Forbet. He's been playing a lot. I know you've been playing a lot. Brycent has been streaming it. I think every night he's been playing STG football. It is. It does look like a lot of fun. It is great content to watch, and I grew up on NFL Blitz too. So like,
yes,
I mean, I was trash at it, but
I was terrible. I was terrible because these games, they do take some time. It takes, I think, because I was on with Alan, and he's the community director for STG football, and he was saying, yes, it's a very easy game to hop in and learn, but it does take a lifetime of skill to actually master the game. And it is so true. When to use your boost, your power-ups, which ways to run the routes. It really does. It takes a while to master, but it is way too much fun.
And I got to give credit to you, man. You were the first person that put me on. You were the first person that I saw talking about STG football. And it turns out, as you said, they've got huge partnerships and huge, like,
I said it.
Tell me more about that, because
so they're partnered with the NFL and the NFLPA, so they are officially licensed to use.
Crazy.
They are licensed and trademarked to use their players' names, likenesses, playbooks, and everything else, and to be able to mint them on the blockchain. And they're the first football type game to do that.
Wow.
And it's actually a huge deal. That is a big deal because you're getting the seal of approval from the NFL. yeah. It's a big deal.
Is it like so is this similar to like NBA Top Shots where you have the cards and like you actually,
I would compare it more to like, so if you've ever played like Madden, like Hut, like the Ultimate Teams, and you pick up and you buy packs, and the packs, they release players and they have different rarities and skill levels to them. And I think right now STG football has 2 packs. They have a founders pack for I think $30 and then a premier pack for $90. And they tell you in the description what type of players you'll get with each pack opening, like what skill levels, what rarities and things like that. But I think this is a clip of Brycent pulling a Lamar. Of course, he pulls a fucking Lamar Jackson. Absolute great ultra rare pick quarterback. Of course, he's going to be. Brycent is QB1. He is that guy. He is that guy, and he got Lamar Jackson. This is sick. Play this clip because this is sick when he pulled it.
Yeah, shout out to Brycent. Let's look at this.
Oh my God! Looks like I'm not playing receiver anymore. The ultra rare Lamar Jackson, number 1 of 5, speed demon, jump starter,
wow,
playmaker, and grit. Holy. Yo, what a pull.
And that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun, man. It's like when people play FIFA and they like all those guys are making the YouTube videos. Oh, I pulled a Ronaldo. Oh, I pulled this. It's the same type of thing. It's just fun. It's fun.
Yeah. No, I love that. I mean, that's huge. Like just content. It's huge excitement, fun, thrilling aspect of of the game. So that's super cool. And yeah, shout out to Brycent for pulling that. That's sick.
It's huge. It's a big card. It's a big card.
Do you think, I don't know anything about this ecosystem yet. Like, I mean, what kind of monetary value are we, do we know yet? What do you think that card could be worth?
From what I'm not going to place any values because I don't know.
Sure.
But from what I know, the value is going to be based off of, so once you're actually using the card in the game, you can actually use your quarterback. Well, in his case, he'll be playing quarterback because he has Lamar Jackson, a super rare. He'll be using his XP chips that he gets from in-game, or you can buy them, I think, in their store as well if you don't want to wait. But he can use the XP chips that he uses in the game to continue to level up his super rare Lamar Jackson. So even if the card is going to be worth something because it's a super rare, but the more he plays it and puts into it and the more XP chips he puts into it, the more valuable it will be. So he's got a double whammy there. It's a great card. It's a great card to pull.
So you can increase the value of the card, the NFT, by using it, your actions, your experience with it.
Exactly.
Wow.
You'll be able to level it up. Now, will that translate onto the market? That I can't see. Like, I don't know if it probably will, but I know for a fact in the game, you can use your QB XP tokens to level them up and continue to upgrade them.
That's really cool. That's a whole other level of these digital collectibles that I had not thought of. I guess we have that in like, my ecosystem with Ice Poker. You can level up your NFTs, but like leveling up, a Derek Jeter, sports card. Like when you buy a traditional sports card, you just have the card. You can't really,
correct.
Obviously the condition and the rarity is what gives it value. But now with these digital collectibles, we not only have the rarity and what did I say? I don't know, the rarity and like, you know, the card, but you have the XP and what you can do and utilize the utility of the digital collectible in these digital ecosystems that can further compound that value add and that value stack. That just blew my mind, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, well, dude, they're doing the same thing with horse racing. I mean, we could save that for another time, but they're doing the same thing with horse racing. And to be honest, they took a page out of Blankos' book. I mean, you can buy your Blankos at a base FR level 1. You level them up, you upgrade them. They're given different abilities, and they're worth more. And I think that model is a great model.
Yeah. And I guess I was familiar with that model, but I didn't think of it in of applying it to existing IP. Right, like the NFL, like the MLB, like these existing, you know, collectibles, and now like supercharging them with the blockchain. That's cool, man. Fuck, that's cool. That's cool.
It's cool stuff.
Moving on to the next trailer. Big thing this week. Spider Tanks. Spider Tanks kind of launched or had some play tests. Did you see this?
I did. So I watch people play it. I'll be honest, this isn't my type of game, but I've been watching people play it just to get in on what the hype is around. It looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks cool. It looks like like we were talking about those relaxed games with Clementine.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like one of those you could just hop in, plant a couple tanks around and fight people. It looks cool.
Yeah, you know, the timeline was activated. There are certain games, there are certain you know, events that happen that kind of activate everybody in the space, and I'm with you. I don't know much about Spider Tanks either, but for whatever reason, it is one of those games that activates everybody. So everyone was kind of in this play test going. So this is from On-Chain Gaming. Shout out to On-Chain Gaming. He was actually playing with Cagyjan. So let's turn the audio up on this one.
Oh my gosh, I died, but we almost had him. Yeah, Cagyjan, your tank is like only good far, I think.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. If we can get the flag, we can still win. We just have to literally hold it until we get 1 point ahead.
Oh, this is a little more in depth than I thought. Let's pinch him.
Yeah.
Right side on left side.
Dude.
Mid.
Oh,
He's a one shot.
Cool.
Behind you guys. He's coming up behind you.
Oh god.
Oh my. Oh. Dude, that sniper is so hard to see. It's so hard to see the shots.
I changed my mind.
Okay.
Oh god.
We only need to like.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, I think I changed my mind because because my understanding of it, I was completely wrong because I thought it was just you plant your tanks around and it's kind of like a defense level game, but you're actually using your tank in the game. It's kind of like a deathmatch, or they're playing, you know, just with tanks and from an above, like an MMO, like third person up in the air style view. That's cool. I think now that I've seen this clip, I think I changed my mind. I think I want to check this out now.
Love it. That's what we're here to do on Web3 Gamer. Change people's minds, expose them to new games, new ideas, new things, new information. Yeah, shout out to Spider Tanks. Y'all doing your thing.
Yeah, this looks
I didn't
cool.
get a chance to play, but it does look fun. All right, moving on next. Big little, I don't know, big or not. I feel like anything that Star Atlas does, it's kind of big. It's kind of newsworthy. So we got an alpha leak. First look at the live gameplay for Star Atlas. This was at some blockchain or some type of event. I forget what event this was, but let's check this out. Looks smooth.
Yes.
The movement. Looks polished.
I love it. Look at that bike, that air bike. I have one of those. I have that.
You have one?
Yes, I have one.
I'm jealous.
Yo, shout out Sambroski, the boy. Just let me up one of those.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Through the meteor. Okay. They're like, end the video. No. Cool. Super cool. Looks smooth. Looks clean. Damn, dude, how'd you get a bike? How much? They're
not much. I think the
Okay.
bikes are like $60 worth of soul. So they're not. I mean, you know, that's a whole ass game price. So
Yeah.
you know, but I mean, compared to everything else that I've been seeing on the market, it's pretty inexpensive.
Yeah.
To be able to. But dude, I don't know, man. This game, and Phantom Galaxies, both of these games, I am
Yeah.
very curious to see what they do because they're similar and they're not similar.
Mhm.
So I'm very eager to see the directions that both these games go. But Star Atlas, man, I could not be any more excited for something. Star Atlas, Shrapnel, Metalcore, all these games, Phantom Galaxies on full release.
For
I'm so
sure.
pumped.
For sure. Feels like it's gonna take a while for us to get Star Atlas, but yeah, we'll keep tracking it, and that was cool. Good to see. You know what I like about it is how smooth the movement looked and clean and polished. Whereas a lot of these playtests you get in, and you know the movements still needs work.
Yes, I hear you. I hear
yeah.
you.
Speaking of MetalCore, I got a clip for you from MetalCore. We cover MetalCore a lot on the channel, but I just every time I see gameplay footage, it just looks so exciting. So check this one out, Paisan.
See ya, Rico. Hello, Zephyr.
The Zephyr mech.
Oh,
So sick.
Dub has been unlocked.
Oh my god, it's so sick.
I have lasers
Oh.
and missiles and jetpacks. And I can turn into.
Yo!
Oh my. Game on, dude.
He's so hyped.
There's a
He
whole
should
new
be,
gun.
as he should be. It takes a while to get the
See ya,
resources for that.
Rico.
Yeah, I don't even
Hello,
know
Zephyr.
how close. I think I'm pretty far away from it, but dude, lasers, jetpack, running around like that. What? That looks crazy.
Dude, they for all these mech games that have come and gone over the past years, MetalCore has truly found a way to master the mech technology inside of a game, and it's even cooler that it's a Web3 game and it's on the blockchain.
Yeah.
My only thing with them is they boots on the ground, and they know it too. Boots on the ground's got to be updated a little bit, got to be fine tuned and polished. But this game has plenty of time, man. I don't think we see a full release of this game for at least minimum a year.
Yeah, I agree
So,
with you. When you say boots on the ground, what do you mean?
The shooting, FPS shooting,
Yeah, I agree
they have
with
a lot of what's called like screen clutter.
Okay.
When you shoot a gun, the blue particles pop up. It's hard to see things, but these are all things they know. The one thing I have to say about the MetalCore devs is that they truly listen to their community.
Yeah.
And they made a freaking 50 gigabyte uptate within a week.
Yeah.
Everybody made in a week.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god! And they fixed all the issues. They fixed them. The ones that we complained about in the first one. So they listen. They know.
There we go. There we go. Shout out MetalCore. Keep doing your thing, boys. All right, that should be pause. All right, next one. A little bit of an update from ArcheWorld. I don't know the correct pronunciation. I saw this. I thought that this looked really cool. Check this out.
There's Gamite.
I've never seen this
He's
before.
watching our raid.
Man, there's a lot of people here.
Oh my god!
Oh, he's here, but he's not really like here. You know what I mean?
Ooh, Gamite.
I don't know much about ArcheWorld. It is one of the games that I see around from time to time. This is the first like gameplay footage that I saw. It reminded me, Paisan, of the other side footage that we saw, where they're just testing out how many people can load into a scene, and you know they've got like millions of capacity or whatever. And this is a lot.
This is a lot.
A lot of stuff going on. I haven't quite seen something like this in Web3, so I thought it was notable. Kind of interesting and cool. Yeah, a lot going on here.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. For these types of games, for me, it's not really my cup of tea. But
Right.
if we have the homies playing, if you got like 4 or 5 of us, we could join. This is not a game I would play by myself, but I would
Yeah.
play with the homies. That's for sure.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know if I'm on or off with this, but it kind of gives me a little bit of Dota vibes, and Dota is
That's what I was gonna say.
the biggest game in the world. So I'm with you. That's not really my kind of game either, but like I said, Dota's the biggest game in the world. So if that's what they're going for, interesting.
Sure, push the space, man. Whatever you got to do.
Absolutely. All right, what do we got next? What do we got? Forgotten Lands. You shall not be forgotten, my friends. Guys, we are still early in this show, so if you tag me, if you tell me about your show, there's a decent chance that you could end up on the channel. So Forgotten Lands said, hey, you should take a look at what we got going on. Again, of course, guys, none of this is financial advice. I don't know. We don't know much. There's so much that we don't know about these games that we're just looking, one, for gameplay footage and to get introduced to these games so that we can find out more. So a lot of this show is our research in real time. But yeah, I thought this was funny. They say first Web3 MMORPG game launching on December 3rd. Like, is it the first one on December 3rd, or what do you?
Or yeah, no, I was gonna say,
but
probably yes.
quite funny. Giving away 2 free mints, so I don't know. Maybe check that out. 36 hours. So I think we still got time if you're watching this live to get into the free mint. Let's take a look at the footage that we got. I like that they at least have footage,
Yeah. Interesting.
I don't know if it's me or the way that it was uploaded. It's not the cleanest looking. It's a little blurry, little fuzzy.
Blurry.
They did say that they're kind of just getting started, or it's early, and they got big things coming. So I don't know.
Cool. I mean, yeah, it looks like a game that's in early development. I will say that.
Yep. And it could be just the way that they uploaded the clip to Twitter or whatnot. Not exactly sure, but shout out to Forgotten Lands. Got our eyes on you. Paisan, you told me about this one. Talk to me.
Oh, we going to Helix?
Helix.
Are you guys ready for GTA on the blockchain? Because I am.
So GTA on the blockchain, take my money.
Take my money. So I mean, basically, this was shilled to me by a fellow content creator and streamer named HL Houdini, and he's the absolute unit boy. He showed this to me, and I think what drew it to him was he's into vehicles.
Okay.
And they recently just had a car show within the game for holders. But I mean, look at this, man.
Yeah.
Look at this looks incredible.
Yeah.
Now, I to what I'm understanding of it, there's going to be in-game missions. You're going to be able to own things like you could see in that clip, casinos, play battle royales, that type of thing. And I think you're going to be able to own your own apartments, cars, things like that. So it's basically going to be everything GTA 5 should have been, just on the blockchain, and be able to play with your friends. And I mean, look at that, like in-game prices. I'm not sure what blockchain this is going to be on. And I know that having a founder's pass right now is about $400 or $500 to get in if you want to get in early access.
Look at that shoe.
But, man,
oh my goodness.
Dude,
sick.
I'm telling, the design and detail that they're putting into this is truly, truly incredible. Like, this is something, look at this off it, dude. Like, this is all going to be ownable. It's going to be yours. It's not going to be like you're using GTA currency, pay $100 and buy an apartment. You're going to be able to pay with this using fiat currency or cryptocurrency, and then it's literally yours.
Wow,
it's
board 8 in the back.
Like, come on, dude. I mean, this is the Helix Metaverse, truly something special. You guys are fucking awesome, and what you guys are doing, I back it 100%. I back everything you guys are doing. It looks amazing.
Yeah, you had my interest. Now you have my attention.
I'm excited.
That's pretty cool. So this trailer is back from August, but clearly this is the first time that we're hearing about it. I was following them, but I didn't see anything. Like, I didn't know much about it. So seems like they've got an update here. Helix Alpha launch on the horizon. Want the Web3 community to experience what we've been working on, starting with our partners. If you hold an NFT seen below, enter the pre-mint for 24-hour access. That's probably done by now, but seems like they got some interesting stuff going on. Of course, all the links will be down in the description below. So if you're interested in Helix Metaverse, go check them out. The world's most immersive metaverse is coming, making blockchain gaming fun and accessible to all. I love it.
Yep.
Love it.
I love it. I can't wait.
And last but not least, Paisan, did you see this announcement? The
Yes.
Game Awards.
Yes, I saw this. I did.
Yeah, there's some things to say, but like this trailer got me hyped. Did you see the trailer?
Yes.
I mean, I think everyone saw the trailer. Shout out to Polkastar Gaming. They announced that they're hosting a Game Awards, hundreds of games, 16 award categories, one Game Awards show coming soon. I mean, this is Web3 Gamer. We gotta take a look at this.
Let's do it.
I'm in. Oh, that sound design.
Oh, dude, Superior. I miss Superior.
Yeah.
Shrapnel. The
MetalCore.
Guardian's Grit. Oh my god. Oh, Pocket Space. Let's go.
Pretty good. I love this part though. This is that's so good. Shout out to
That is
Polka
really cool.
Starter. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what they do with this. Obviously, some people know that I may or may not be working on something. There's some updates. I'm not gonna say too much, but yeah. This definitely
yeah.
this is good for
I
the
was
space.
gonna
This is good for the space no matter what. Oh wait, what happened to our video? Oh no.
Oh, what happened to the?
Hold on, hold on. I think I hit something. All right, we're fixed. We're fixed.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think this is really cool. I mean, you know, I think that having a reputable game awards, because, you know, at the end of the day, I would say most of these devs put in a lot of work, and,
Yeah.
you know, they definitely should be recognized for all the work that they did throughout the year. You know, and listen, every big game, every big chain, everything, there are award shows. So,
Yep.
I mean, it's cool.
Very cool. Very cool. Shout out to them for putting this on. We will be watching. We'll be watching. All right, Paisan, that's all I got for the game teasers. I know for a fact we probably missed 20 teasers, not only in the week that I was gone, but just probably in this week as well. But it is what it is. Let's move on to some game updates. Like I said earlier, this is going to be a little bit of a quick hit section. Got some things to share, but yeah, let's just jump into it. So first one, I put this in the game updates. Shout out to Bufessor. Shared the new gun from Undead Blocks. Looks amazing. And
Great gun.
I agree. Look at this thing.
That looks fucking cool, man.
That is sick.
That looks fucking cool. Well, it just reminds me of my childhood. Like, if you were
Yeah.
ever playing zombies back in the day, you fought to grind for that ray gun, and that's cool. The cool thing about Undead Blocks is that they realize that they're going to get a lot of players that come from that, you know, Call of Duty Zombies community, and they really do cater to that in a way that won't get them sued in a copyright sort of way.
Yeah.
But I mean, what they're doing, man, I'm bullish on them once they institute their multiplayer, because there is nothing more exciting than running zombies with your friends. So
As soon as
super
multiplayer's in,
bullish.
dude, I'm playing the game. I've never played it. I think I downloaded it, but it just wasn't, you know, single player zombies isn't really my style. But as soon as
I agree.
multiplayer's there, I am there for sure. Undead Blocks doing great things. Shout out to you guys continuing to ship. Next little update we got our boys MetalCore on the list. The wait list is calling your name. Join the wait list to receive an alpha key. I did reach out to them. I'm like, wait, so if I sign up, do we get an alpha key immediately? They said no. They're going to be batching them out kind of at their discretion. So you just got to get on the wait list to maybe potentially receive an alpha key. I do think that they want to get more people into the game. They want more people in there. So
They need to.
I don't think that they're going to be stingy with the alpha keys, guys. So if you loved the clip that we shared earlier, if you've seen some of our other clips, you're waiting to get into MetalCore, get on that wait list. Get on that wait list. You do got an email name, all that stuff, but could be worth it. You know, this is a reputable team building a reputable game. I have no concerns over anything like that. So that's open,
Sign up.
guys. Sign up.
Sign up.
Some quick hits. Paisan, Midnight Society dropped their third snapshot, their third basically game update, and then they hosted a play test for it. So get ready. More movement abilities, optic attachments, more. We went all in on providing more ways to get around Proving Ground, which is the map. They've got ladders, they've got zip lines. I was not able to use a zip line. I couldn't figure out how to use a zip line. They updated their controls, their loot system. A lot of things there. We'll link this full update in the description down below. I shout out to the homie Wes. He hooked me up with a founder's pass. So I was finally able to play DeadDrop this week. Paisan.
That's awesome. I watched your VOD afterwards, and that's something that I'm really looking forward to. I wish I could get in there and try that game out because it looks really cool. I think I was watching Brycen was playing it as well.
Yeah.
So I got to watch you guys play. It looks fun. Looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's obviously very much in the early stages. I said that in my report. Little rough around the edges, but I like that games are developing in the public and opening up their playtests and doing this. It's a collaborative effort. Like you said, MetalCore is listening to the feedback and implementing it and iterating it on a quick turnaround schedule. So, Dr. Disrespect hasn't really, as far as I know, promoted this or put it out there just yet. And I understand it's not really ready for his audience. It's far from ready for his audience, to be
Very
honest.
far.
But yeah, it was more fun jumping in and playing than I thought it would be, just like seeing clips. I had a good time.
Oh wow. It looked like a lot of fun heading in there. And I mean the space definitely needs more boots on the ground FPS shooters, because that's a big chunk of, Web 2 gamers. It's needed. So I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Next quick hit game update. Big Time released their patch notes version 0.23. Bunch of patch notes in here for you big timers. I haven't taken a look at this, but if you're following the updates on Big Time, check this out. That just dropped yesterday.
Yep.
Next one, similar fashion, Paisan. We got the Illuvium Dev Blog for, I guess, last month, October, dropping. This also just dropped yesterday, so a bunch of good little updates for the Illuvium community there. Go check that out if you're the type to follow the developments. Next one as well, kind of on the same theme of Illuvium. This is another blog post from this Ramphy guy. I don't know who this person is. He seems to be an opinion writer covering the Illuvium space. He talks about all you need to know about Illuvium's upcoming election. So he talked a little bit about, there's a campaign. I don't know if this is for like the governance board or what. I think he does say something about everything that happens here, happens through, nothing gets done without an IIP, an Illuvium improvement. What is it? Proposal. And vote from the elected members. So, if you're in the Illuvium ecosystem, there's an election, there's voting, there are things happening that maybe are important that you need to pay attention to or be a part of. Do you know much about this, Paisan?
No, you know what? I don't really know much about Illuvium, to be honest with you. But what I do know is that they have a very, very, very strong community. And no matter who they elect, I mean, I'm sure they're going to push the game forward. So,
yeah,
I mean, they're kind of right. I think a lot of these early access games should have a dedicated group of gamers who play the game, religiously, to vote on things and to hear out the community and things. I think that's a good thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that they're the biggest game. They're the game with the biggest community of content creators that create
really
solely content around like updates and things like that. Shout out to Scorix, shout out to TSG, shout out to I know I Will Crypto creates he creates more, like, he talks about everything, but he does a lot of Illuvium content. Obviously, I think Andrew Wall is his name. He works for Illuvium, but yeah, they do a lot of Illuvium content, more than any other game that I've seen.
Yeah, wow, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to pick like the biggest game that has a community of like creators and content around it, like what would come to mind?
Right off the rip,
is there anything?
Oh, man, it's tough because sometimes these games go in waves.
Yeah.
Sometimes these games go in waves. Like Big Time for a bit during the height of Ruby Passes, you had 15, 20, 30 people streaming it.
Yep.
Blankos before the crash, the same thing, 15, 20 people. So it depends. I really, off the top of my head, I couldn't really think of anything. Maybe besides this game, Axie Infinity in its prime, obviously, before the,
Yeah, that would be the top 5 list, right? Axie.
Yeah.
I think Big Time's up there. I think Blankos. Yeah, because Blankos still probably has the most people streaming. Because it is the most fully fledged game, Blankos, and then Illuvium and Star Atlas. I see some content around because obviously it's such a big game. But yeah, to me those are the big players in the space in terms of communities creating content and talking about these updates and getting really passionate.
Definitely.
So shout out to Illuvium. Let's see. Next one we've got Thrilling to the Core. Star Atlas releases epic graphic novel.
I love this.
Oh, so you saw this?
Yes, I saw this. I didn't read it, but I saw it.
Okay,
I didn't
okay,
read it, but
okay.
I saw it. Yeah.
Super, super cool. So Core. Core is the new episodic graphic novel from ATMTA. Has everything you'd expect from an interplanetary saga, including mysterious worlds, ruthless villains, heart-pounding action. The story, which brings to life the Star Atlas universe for the first time, is being released to the community in individual chapters, the first chapter being made available to the public on November 7th. Really, really freaking cool. There's one, right here. Every issue of Core will be available for purchase for $20. Kind of a lot, but
listen, whatever.
it is Star Atlas.
Yeah.
They're pricey.
Oh.
From Magic Eating, the recently updated Star Atlas. Yeah, each chapter will only be available for 2 weeks, which I thought was really interesting. And then each retail outlet will offer their own collectible cover to each chapter of Core, as well as unique extra lore in the final pages of each issue. Some interesting stuff they got going on with this, man.
I love it. You want to know why I love it? Because I think a big thing about Web 2 gamers is they love a story.
Yes.
Right? They love a story. They love a background. They love lore. The word is lore. They love it. So I think what a lot of these games are missing is this.
Yeah.
Is this lore? Is this backstory? And that's like one of the biggest complaints I hear about big time. It's like, give me a story, give me a lore, give me something to keep me invested and interested in the game besides just grinding for NFTs. Because at the end of the day, what matters is that you want to keep people engaged, interested in playing the game.
Yeah.
And Star Atlas doing this is huge, and I love it. And I think it's a step in the right direction. And everyone else in the industry that has these type of games should take some notes.
Absolutely. I mean, Paisan, we talked about it on the last episode. We need something to create that attachment to the characters, to the story, to the world that we, can go deep and invest in this deep, rich fabric of this tapestry of this world. And you said it perfectly. It's the lore. And like, look at this branding, right? They're going to create their lore by naming it Core. That's going to be their series. So, I mean, it's just so thoughtful. It's so well done, and I'm really excited about this. It's funny. On vacation on the plane, I downloaded Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and I finally finished Edge Runners while I was away. And have you watched it?
No, I haven't.
Bro, Edge Runners is incredible. It is so good. I mean, it does exactly what we're talking about, because like Cyberpunk obviously was a huge game and then kind of didn't live up to the expectations. There was some issues, yada, yada, yada. They released Cyberpunk Edge Runners, this 10-episode show on Netflix, and it kind of revitalized a lot of the game. It got a lot more people interested. It showed the world of the Cyberpunk 2077. And yeah, it was really fantastic. And it's like, it brought me kind of back into the game as well. Like I want to play Cyberpunk now. And I'm also like excited for season 2 of this show. So that just speaks to what we're saying here with Star Atlas Core. I mean, we might have to buy the comic releases, and that can be a whole series. We're just talking about communities creating content. There's going to be so much content and stuff around this story that it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be so cool. Like I said, this is needed. This is 100% needed, and I cannot wait to see where they take this.
Absolutely. So shout out to Star Atlas, man. Excited for that. Super excited for that. All right, last little game update that I got here. We had this trailer from Gabe. Shout out to Gabe Layden. My Pet Hooligans by Digi Daigaku. And again, we cover My Pet Hooligan often here for their like epic trailers and announcements and releases and these little comics that they do, which are very, very fun. So let's check this one out.
Carrot Gang, I've done it. That's right. Though you may have doubted Hooli, I managed to build the machine. I didn't find it in an abandoned warehouse in Reseda at all. Not one bit. So, With Kiki in hand, we can do this thing. Hey, Zaki, what are you doing here? I thought you were gonna stay home and water the plants or fix the garbage disposal. Save a robot's life and then they bother you for the rest of yours. Okay, Kiki, let's do this thing.
I like how he's calling the Kiki, you know?
I love it.
Where am I? Kiki? Zaki? Anyone? What kind of strange flash mob dance party did I just pop into, huh? Oh, I get it. This must be the interloop. Wink. How do I get home? Oh, my rabbit stars. Hello, fan service. Hey there. Insert antiquated, misogynistic comment here, huh? What do you think? Want to swap seed phrases? Oh! I just had the craziest dream. You weren't there.
Yo, shout out to My Pet Hooligan. Shout out to Digi Daigaku. This could have gone into the game teasers, but it's not so much a teaser, right? It's a little bit of the an update. So I'm happy to. Well, I think it fits in the update section. Here's what I love about this, Paisan: the interoperability. Right? We've got all these games, all these ecosystems, so willing, so down, so excited to work together, participate. I mean, we just had Digi Daigaku in a My Pet Hooligan trailer. Like, come on now.
These collaborations are going to be imperative for the space to grow. I think the more projects ignore each other or, consider it as, I mean, there is such a thing called healthy competition, but the more they collaborate and the more they do this and push the space together and push their communities and audiences together, the more they'll grow. And this is great, man. And I love to see them do it in such a fun way. Like, somebody took their time out of their day to make this, the script, everything. It was creative. It was funny. It was light. And it was cool. What a way to introduce it. This is the way forward. If you want to promote something, if you want to do something, that's it. And it was cool. I like that. That was funny.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I mean, like, listen, if we're actually ever going to get to the point where we have a quote unquote metaverse, right?
Yep.
The metaverse needs to be interoperable. So
Correct.
I think
I agree.
maybe a lot of these games see that. It's like, yo, we're all going to, like, let's combine our IPs because maybe there's more to gain with an open, interoperable world where all of these games and IPs and characters can interact than trying to build these walled gardens and these silos. I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know, like, on a technical level what that looks like. I'm sure that we're a decade minimum away from that. But with all the money that, Zuckerberg is throwing into freaking the metaverse, I mean, maybe who knows? But I just love to see, the early stages of stuff like this. So it's, shout out to Digi Daigaku. Shout out to My Pet Hooligan. Shout out to interoperability, Web3 gaming. I'm here for it. Let's exchange seed phrases.
I'm down.
Just kidding, guys. Not your keys, not your coins.
No, yeah, exactly.
Don't do that. All right, that's what we got for the game updates. Let's talk about some industry news. We're here. We're finally here. It's been there's so much, but the news, man. Again, there was some big news, and then there was maybe not so much news. Maybe I know that I missed a whole bunch of things, so if, we don't talk about it, don't cover it, my apologies. Hey, vacation will get you. But first thing that I got, I thought this was pretty notable, Paisan. So we got GameStop adding Web3 gaming NFTs to their marketplace with Immutable X. I think I don't think that this is breaking news. I think that they had done already some announcements that they were working with Immutable X, that they had a marketplace coming. But it sounds like maybe that is launched or there's more information about it. Don't exactly know. We've got video game retailer GameStop announced that it's added support again for NFTs minted on Immutable, which is a layer 2 on Ethereum, to its marketplace, which means Web3 games can be bought and sold through the platform. I did like that they do reference Gods Unchained, Illuvium, Guild of Guardians among the titles that now have their IPs available through the GameStop marketplace.
No, it's great. It's great, and there are going to be more games that are going to shift. I think to that platform, and when you have a game, I mean, GameStop, since digital Web 2 games have been released, maybe kind of had them on the downhill if you look at like stock prices and things like that. But I think by them taking this first step and realizing where the direction of gaming is going within the next 5-10 years, I think this is big for them. It'll be a nice little company turnaround for them. And by them adding the big games, it's showing that they are diving into this head first. And I think that that's a big deal. And it is notable. I mean, we knew that GameStop was doing this.
Yeah.
We knew that they were doing it, but to take such a steep dive and adding these big games, I mean, that's huge.
GME, GME, GME. We like the stock.
Yeah, the
like
stonks.
The stock. Word. Well, in other news, Paisan, Web3 game developer Mythical Game loses 3 top executives. SVP
Oh, no,
Chris
you're gonna get me in trouble again.
COO Matt Nutt, co-founder Rudy Koch
Yeah,
announced their departures on Wednesday. Each hinted at new ventures. So, listen, they launched their DAO token, and then these guys get out. I don't know what's going on with Mythical Games. I know, there's some things here. Let me see. Hold on. I thought I highlighted something. I guess not. I guess that they just left. We're grateful to them for their leadership, significant contributions. Let me zoom in here. They've made in helping the company get to this point. Wish them the best in the future. I will say that their as the article notes, the departures also follow a trend of top level executives or exits from crypto companies coined the Great Resignation. We had Michael Saylor leaving CEO as from MicroStrategy. You had the Kraken CEO Jesse Powell leaving the exchange. Brett Harrison, the president of FTX.us, stepped down. Gee, I wonder why. We'll get into that. So people move. This isn't necessarily terrible or necessarily this is normal, right? On one hand, this could be very, very normal. This is just what happens. On the other hand, I don't know. Are there problems in paradise? What do you got to say, Paisan? Hit me.
You're gonna get me in trouble again.
No, let's not get in trouble. No trouble.
I mean, what can I say? Man, listen.
Hey, you can abstain too. You can abstain.
Good. Oh, good luck, Mythical.
Yeah,
That's it. That's all. I have nothing. Because everything that I've been saying is the truth. And on one hand, yes, people do move around, but on the other hand, Blanco's, Bloomberg had an article released that the player base has gone down. There's trouble in paradise in the Discord. People are unhappy. I had a whole VOD about this, talking about how there are certain people maybe on the top of the content creator base for Blancos that maybe shouldn't be, and I think they're doing more harm than good for promoting the game. And I just think that Mythical is kind of tone deaf when it comes to what people want. They're one of those studios that they don't really listen to what their community is saying regarding the gameplay and the updates, and put down the Blancos and start fixing the game, man. And I was listening to that AMA with their CEO, and nothing for Blancos sounded really promising, in my opinion. They were really focusing. They're trying to start turning their focus towards the Mythos token, NFL Rivals, and Nitro Nation. So good luck. That's what I have to say. Good luck, and I hope that you guys are just careful if you're minting anything by them. That's all I have to say.
His is friendly Paisan. That was Paisan. My name is Iceyyy. I don't want no problem. No. In all seriousness, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think you make some really, really good points, right? Here, as you were talking, I'm just thinking about it. Let's just look at this announcement, right? Senior Vice President, Chief Operating Officer, and co-founder.
Yes.
All announced their departure on Wednesday. Same day, same announcement. So you've got 3 high-level executives and a co-founder leaving the game on the same day, each hinting at new ventures. I mean, I didn't want to be sensational with this, but that doesn't sound good.
No, because it's not. Because
Uh,
it's not. And when you have something like Bloomberg, an outlet, basically trending your games and what's happening within your own company, it's not a good sign.
yeah.
It's just not. So
I'm hoping the best for Mythical, hoping the best for Blancos. I don't know what's going on. But like I'm a little sensitive to people leaving companies right now because of all the FTX drama. So I don't know if there's something where there's smoke, where there's fire kind of thing. I don't know. And I don't want to be sensational because this could just be normal, normal operating business. But at the same time, those are 3 really big high up executives and a co-founder all leaving on the same day. Yeah, could be trouble for Mythical. And all we can do is wait and see.
be patient, my friends. Don't mint anything. Not financial advice, but financial advice.
Not financial advice.
Not financial advice.
But yeah, read the tea leaves, do your research, and if you do something, just don't sue us.
just be careful. Just be careful.
All right, Paisan. In other kind of maybe potential, sensational news, we had a Gala fear of a hack. 1 billion crypto hack fears a spur 20% Gala plunge, the Gala token, Gala Games. But the firm implied it attacked itself as a safeguard. What?
What?
Yeah, so this shout out to Crypto Stash. I know that they covered this pretty well. It was maybe they got hacked, but it was misinformation, all sorts of stuff. All Gala tokens on Ethereum as well as the underlying bridge collateral are safe. An affiliate firm tweeted. So there was some let's look into this a little bit. Chaos ensnared Gala Games late Thursday last week as fears of a potentially billion-dollar hack or maybe a rug pull drove its native Gala token down 20%. So what happened was we noticed P Gala wasn't to be considered safe anymore and coordinated a white hack attack to prevent P Gala from being maliciously exploited, the firm said. So it seems like they minted new tokens as a way to help the P network drain a faulty pancake swap pool. So it sounds like they found an issue with their token and they just migrated over to a new token. But it caused a little bit of a stir. Let's see. A new P Gala token will be created to replace the old compromised one and airdropped in the coming days. So a little bit of drama. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks because I really like Gala Games and
Yeah.
I like their website, and I wish nothing but the best for them because it's just it's such an easy way for people to jump right into Web3 gaming just by going to galagames.com and doing whatever. So I hope this all gets figured out.
Well, it seems like there wasn't a hack and that people didn't lose funds and it was
That's
just
good.
a misunderstanding or they took the right action to prevent anyone from getting compromised. So definitely we'll have to keep an eye on this as well because Gala is one of the leaders in the space, one of the biggest names in the space. That is unfortunately the issue that we have in crypto, right? It's a new technology. Smart contracts, like code is law. Mistakes can be made. Mistakes can happen. This will probably not be the last that we see something like this happening, right? Like,
Unfortunately.
So that's another reason why be careful out there, guys. I mean, in the macro crypto community, crypto Twitter is talking about like, yo, this environment is so hard. It's not just about like understanding the fundamentals of tokens and trading and trying to like, if that wasn't hard enough, you've got, rug pulls, you've got hacks, you've got bridges being exploited, you've got founders, committing fraud and lying and stealing. Like it really feels like we're walking through a minefield sometimes. So guys, if let this be a message to be careful, protect yourself, don't risk more than you can afford to lose. And yeah, we're gonna talk about FTX in a minute, but yeah, careful out there, guys.
Trust your gut. Don't do anything sketchy.
Yeah, for sure. On a lighter note, I really liked this tweet from JCL. No point trying to kid yourself. The next Web3 game to onboard 1 million players won't be AAA, Paisan. It will be a play-to-earn mobile game that promises profits. Interesting take. What do you think about that? I can see it. I can see it.
I mean,
happening.
I don't think he's wrong. I don't think he's wrong. I don't think he's wrong at all.
It could happen like that.
It could. I don't know. I mean, listen, mobile games are huge.
Yeah.
But I just think it's gonna take. I don't think he's wrong. I'm not gonna say it's but I just think it's gonna take one AAA style, beautiful looking GTA style, Call of Duty style game to really blow up the space first, and then the mobile games will take over because that's such a huge industry.
Yeah.
That's my take on it, because these trailers on TikTok and everything else. TikTok is the leading growing social media platform. If you want something to blow up, you got to do it on TikTok. I just think it's going to take one insane review from one big time Twitch streamer about one game, and that game's going to take off, and then the dominoes will fall. But I could see that being a possibility. I don't think he's wrong.
Yeah, and I don't think it's absolute, right? I think, this is a hot take. It's something to put out there. It's certainly a probability. It's certainly a possibility. And what I thought about this, like, is Axie Infinity mobile? No.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Maybe it's just a browser game.
I'm not sure.
I mean, they should obviously be planning to go mobile, but like,
yeah.
I also don't know how I feel about this, right? Because if it's a P2E mobile game, are we just gonna repeat the things that we've done with play to earn in this current first
PC.
cycle?
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Like, we don't want to go through that cycle where people, normies are like, it'll be like the normie FTX. Like, is that going to be our FTX version of freaking Web3 gaming, where normies are like, oh, like, I spend $10 or $100 on this NFT and I play on my phone and I earn all this money, and then 2 months later, they're busto, they're broke, they're down bad, and have a horrible experience. So I hope that doesn't happen, but I can certainly see the mainstream virality of a game going viral. Download this game and make money. I hope we don't get there, but I don't know. Anything and everything
I
will
hope
probably
not
happen.
either. No, yeah, and I just don't know. The whole P2E thing, it's just you also got to figure out once they adopt this type of thing, where's that money coming from?
Exactly.
And you hope that it will be able to kind of not recycle itself, but you'll be able to. But I'm more of a fan of the play to own model than a play to earn model, because you just got to figure out where all that money's coming from.
Yep.
But at least play to own, it's pretty much self-explanatory.
Yep. Similar fashion, I got another JCL tweet on a separate theme. Said Web3 gaming related investments up around 40% in October. Wrong. Did not happen. Exclude Homa Games' $100 million raise. Wouldn't consider them a Web3 studio. I saw some news about that. But if he's saying that they're not a Web3 studio, then I didn't include it into the show today. Funding is actually down as we progress deeper into the bear. So funding was down in October. What do we got here? Maybe, I don't know, 90 million could look like, which was down 57% from August. I mean, I guess that's not too surprising, right? Bear market vibes, money, coming into the space down a little bit. I don't think that's, I think that's still okay, but, it spoke to our last episode. We're talking about, games got to be careful about, surviving the bear. Right? Surviving the bear. And this is going to lead into my next update, but we talked about the FTX situation and potential contagion. It's really nice that Web3 gaming is kind of detached from the rest of the crypto world. While the sky is falling down around, crypto Twitter, and everyone's concerned about, the viability of everything, we're kind of over here on our own little bubble being hey, check out my new gameplay trailer. I'm having fun playing this game. Yo, I pulled the Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
It's that this is fine meme where, you're sitting in the pub that's on fire and you're like, this is fine.
Yep. I mean, listen, this doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It shouldn't surprise a lot of people. And I mean, I think that, obviously we're in a bear market, but I think that, the FTX thing, I guess we're going to talk about it, but the more trust and more regulation that we have that comes to cryptocurrency, the more investments I think that you'll start to see. There's just, obviously investments are investments. You don't know whether it's going to succeed or not. But when there's literally, no regulation and CEOs can just take off and drop a coin and leave, like, as an investor, that doesn't really entice you to do anything. But if there's rules and it's governed by the SEC, I think that more people will be enticed to drop some money. But until then, I see this trend continuing, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I just realized before we go into that, let's talk about some lighter news that I wanted to discuss. So I tweeted this out on the Web3 Gamer account. There were a bunch of fantastic announcements this week. Funny enough, a lot of them happened on the same day. So let's look at this. The first one, Cagyjan with the Juice Gaming team introducing the Founder Key. This NFT features innovation and uncapped value through an incredible lineup of use cases, integrations to the best games Web3 has to offer. Cagyjan was touting this for a while, teasing it for a while. This was a big announcement. Sounds like it's going to be a Founder's Key NFT. There's not too much information about the NFT, but he's launching a project. He's one of the biggest creators in the space. Really, I have a lot of respect for Cagyjan. Can be sometimes polarizing, but I think it's all in good fun. So excited to see what he does with that. And in second news, Jonah from Real Third Web partnered with ReadyPlayerDAO on content. I guess ReadyPlayerDAO officially invested into Jonah's company. So love to see that. Love to see creators getting partnerships, getting funding, getting support to continue to build. Really like what Jonah is doing over there with Real Third Web. Shout out to him. I'm going to go down. I'm going to skip the third one. We'll come back to the third one because that's a little fun. The fourth one that I tweeted out, I think this was maybe at the end of last week, but Brycent partnering with MasterCard. There's a MasterCard announcement from Vayner Sports because Brycent is tied to Vayner Sports. So LootBolt, Brycent's startup, has joined the MasterCard family. What that means, I have no idea. Well, so, okay, it's an accelerator. Wait, the Start Path program is an accelerator to the growth and future of Web3 as a platform. So it sounds like it's an accelerator platform. I don't know if that means like, they're going to be working together and strategizing and coming up with stuff and making connections and helping his startup. But that's huge for Brycent. Shout out to him. We talked last night actually on the Web3 Gamer podcast, dropping soon, about LootBolt and his plans for that and having a payment system with MasterCard. Maybe, I don't know if that's how this is going to work, but at least working with them in some regard, creates that possibility. So big things for Brycent, big things for LootBolt, big things for the space. MasterCard, man, damn.
That's
right?
awesome. Good for him.
Okay, and then the third announcement, let's go back to that. Your boy Iceyyy. I announced this week that I'm officially sponsored. I've partnered with Decentral Games to be a brand ambassador.
Awesome.
Now, this is not about a victory lap for me, but I included it because, listen, we're in the bear market. Shout out to Spike Reacts. He was just talking about, different ways to get creative to kind of make it through the bear market as a content creator, talking about, sponsorships, talking about different ways to maybe, receive support and get money and things like that in the space. So while I think that this is, I'm very honored and grateful and excited, and it's a very great thing for me personally. I think that this is a very good thing for content creators in the space. The blueprint has kind of been laid, and if anyone has any questions, feel free to DM me because I'm happy to, talk through like how how this kind of happened and what it kind of means. Now, on a very simple level, it's just I'm doing one stream a week. It's a brand ambassador stream. I'll be playing ice poker. But what I would say to content creators is, you know, I was playing ice poker and supporting Decentral Games from an authentic love of the game for the majority of this year. I started streaming back in January and like went full-time streaming, you know, 50, 60, 70 hours a month in April all through up until, you know, the end of August. So I did a lot to contribute to the space and add value. And I built relationships, authentic, real relationships with people on the team, never intending to try to get anything out of this. I mean, to be honest, I've put more money into the ecosystem from buying their NFTs and, you know, creating content for free than I'll probably ever take out from this. But it's not about that. It's not about that. It's about, you know, doing what you love and doing it in a way that helps other people, that adds value to other people and adds value to the ecosystem and the Web3 gaming industry as a whole. So it is possible. I say all of that to say that it is possible. There are reputable, big, great games out there that you can create content for, that you can be a part of, that you can work with and be an ambassador for. And it's really cool. It's really cool to see something like this. I mean, shout out to Decentral Games for taking on this in the bear market. You know, they're investing in people. They're investing, you know, they're here. If they're doing that, they're here for the long term. So I think that's another takeaway from this is pay attention to the games and the projects that are supporting, you know, through the bear and supporting creators and doing things like this, because that means that they're not a fly by night. That means that they're planning for the long term. And yeah, that's maybe a game that you want to be a part of or bet on. And I don't say bet on financially. I just say, you know, in the back of your mind being like, that's one to watch. That's what I got, Paisan.
No, dude, listen, congratulations. You deserve it. I mean, and everybody else who's on that list, congrats, guys. I mean, this is only all this stuff, like you said, is just pushing the space further and further north. We're not going south. We're going forward. And yeah, I mean, Decentral Games, man, that's great. The more that these games invest in content creators who push their content and promote their stuff, the better they'll be in the long term. So it's all good stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to celebrate that, I am running a giveaway. Not going to talk about that much here, but if you're interested, it's a pretty good giveaway. You could win value of $350. We'll link that stuff in the description down below. Check that out. Get involved if you want to. Okay, Paisan. Okay. So, FTX.
Oh, we're here. Okay.
The drama of the week, probably going to be of the month, probably maybe of the year, right? Why this is on Web3 Gamer is because on Up Only, hosted by Kobe and Ledger, they made a comment. And I've got the clip here that that ties very directly to our space. Now, this is hearsay. This is not verified whatsoever. On the show, they were reading a lot of, you know, messages and DMs because there's a lot of chaos. It was, you know, a lot of noise going on. But let me play this clip for you, Paisan. I don't know if you've seen it, and then we're going to talk about it.
Someone messaged me saying the metaverse going bankrupt is actually not wrong. And Animoca, which is the biggest metaverse GameFi whatever investor, is in the shitter and are really tight for cash.
Martin, did you watch?
Funny that we've got Martin Shkreli on the screen with Kobe and them. So if you didn't hear that all the way, the allegation or the rumor was Animoca might be strapped for cash. Now, strapped for cash does not necessarily mean trouble. They're in trouble. And we do have a tweet here from Yatsu, the founder of Animoca brand, saying that we have minimal exposure and a very strong balance sheet. So they're not exposed to FTX. We need to keep building Web3 and celebrate the victories that have enabled teachers, creators, gamers, etc. a better life through digital ownerships. So he's got a thread here. We'll link it down below saying that, hey, you know, we're okay. We're fine. We had no exposure here. or minimal exposure. Let me be very clear. He did say that they had exposure, but that it was minimal, and they have a very strong balance sheet.
I mean,
Paisan,
listen,
what do you think?
their PR is either really good or it really was minimal exposure. I mean, listen, if they were quick to respond like this and they are saying things like, "Oh, we did have a little bit of exposure, but our balance sheet, our revenues, everything's fine." I tend to believe them because they can't just push out false narratives. That's illegal and against, consumer and investor conduct.
But it wouldn't be the first time or the second time or the third time we've seen that happen in crypto when the founders come out and say, hey, steady lads, deploying more capital. Hey, assets are fine.
Yes. Dude, man, this whole situation just reeks of doo-doo. Every single I hope that they're telling the truth. I hope that they're telling the truth.
And I think that they are.
Yeah, I think they are too. I think they are telling the truth. And well, boy, that's pretty much. I mean, I think they're telling the truth, and I think that they'll move forward, and all this stuff, hopefully, within a few months' time, will be cleared up.
I mean, unfortunately, let's stay on this for a few minutes because unfortunately, while we are in the gaming space, we are also in the Web3 gaming space, and we are not immune to some of the things that happen in this space and the risks and the craziness, right? So I don't know what the fallout, we don't know yet what the fallout from FTX is going to be. I'm hearing rumors of a lot of projects having their treasuries stored on FTX, a lot of their money. So these protocols could be, in trouble. Hopefully, and if that translates into, Web3 gaming projects having their funding or things like that on FTX, I mean, there could be contagion, is what they're saying. Now, again, not to be sensationalist, we don't have any, confirmed reports of really much at this point other than FTX filing for bankruptcy today officially. So there's a lot of craziness going on. It's very unfortunate and sad to see. Actually, I want to jump to this tweet thread that I put out. Let me just talk about this real quick. So listen, we're not the podcast to talk about the FTX, to go into everything. Shout out to Up Only, shout out to Bankless. They have some great episodes and content on this situation. I tweeted this out this morning because I was feeling it. Because unfortunately I know personally people that have funds on FTX, significant amounts of their net worth that they are now writing off to zero. And it's really sad. It's really tragic. It's heartbreaking, to be honest. So I tweeted this out because it's so incredibly fucked. Let's just call it what it is. And it sucks to see so much pain and damage in our ecosystem. But positive Iceyyy, I hope that with time, the people that are most affected can rebuild and ultimately become stronger and better from this. Because I always have the mindset of, anti-fragility. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And it is a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. Because if it truly doesn't kill you, then it truly can make you stronger. And I go on to say that, I also take a stoic approach to these kinds of things. That's just a philosophy that I resonate with. If you've ever heard the Chinese farmer parable, this is so good, you're so lucky. Oh my God, that's so bad. It's so tragic. You're so unlucky. It's like, we'll see. Maybe, but we'll see. And whatever happens, happens. And I just wanted to include, and I want to share it on the show, some helpful mindsets that I always kind of are guiding principles for me. And one of those from Stoic Principles is amor fati, which means love everything. Oh, even the bad, as it's a teacher and it's an opportunity to become more resilient. Love everything. Love is kind of the answer, not to be, hippy dippy, but the good and the bad. Like this is the life. This is our life. This is what we have. And there's a lesson. There's a lesson here. The other one is memento mori. Remember death, because we're all going to die at some point. And, you know, this present moment is all that we have. And it's important to remember that, you know, whatever is happening, you know, if we have a roof over our heads, if the loved ones that we have are, you know, still with us and, you know, for the most part healthy, you know, if we know what we're going to eat today, if we have, you know, a shirt on our back, you know, things, even if they're bad, you know, there's still a lot to be grateful for and a lot to recognize. So, but like, yeah, remembering your death, because it puts things in perspective. Few more things. I'm sorry. I know I'm going on a rant. Live your life, love your life, beautify all the things in your life. There are still things in your life that are beautiful to choose to beautify. This is, you know, you might be having some rough days, but keep going, because there is a lot to be grateful for in the present moment, even if it doesn't feel like it. And finally, a loss is not a loss. It's a lesson. Still we rise. No matter what, still we rise. You know, people have endured some of the most horrible atrocities known to mankind, and they choose love. They choose to rise above. They choose to keep fighting. So channel this energy, channel the pain into becoming unstoppable. You know, if all we lost is money, fuck it, man. It's only money. It's only money. We're still alive. We're still able-bodied. We still have these opportunities. We still have life to live. So channel it into becoming unstoppable. We're still the masters of our fate and the captain of our souls. And I truly believe that and mean it. And I think that, you know, what we'll overcome and we'll become better and more resilient. And we'll look back on this at some point and be like, wow, did not know how we were going to get out of that at that time, but we did. And, you know, better for it. That's what I got.
Wow. Wow. That was beautiful. No, it really was. I'm not trying to, that was really nice. And I mean, and I think the way you ended it, a loss is not a loss, it's a lesson. And that's just through life.
Yeah.
That's not just with money. That's with life in general. You know,
I do think that is a Jay-Z quote, but you know, hey.
Well, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But man, that thread, I wish I would have seen that. I would have.
I just posted it.
Oh, okay.
It, yeah.
All right. But yeah, man, that was beautiful. It really was. And I mean, and if you're gonna box up basically what happened with FTX and how to bounce back from it, that's the thread right there. That was beautiful. That's really great that you took the time to write that.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, I'm just, you know, seeing people that I care about that, you know, are affected, and it sucks. It's a black eye on the industry. You know, from what I'm seeing, you know, and that's a part of this thread too, right? Because I'm seeing a lot of vitriol. I'm seeing a lot of toxicity thrown at Sam Bankman-Fried, which he deserves every single ounce of it. Do not get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. He does
deserve it.
Do not get me wrong. But when that anger, you know, when it's all said and done, the energy, the vibration that we need is love and is strength in ourselves to pick ourselves up and take responsibility, not for what happened, but take responsibility for making today as good as it can be and making tomorrow as good as it can be. Because things happen, but we move forward, still we rise. So yes, fuck Sam. Don't get it twisted. Fuck Sam. But once we're done saying fuck Sam, it's like, okay, I always think of Kobe, right? Like, job's not done.
Yes.
Like,
job's not finished.
Job's not finished,
Job's not finished.
Like, job done to you? No, I don't think so.
Nope.
So
job finished, job not finished.
So I love that Mamba mentality and that focus. You know what I'm saying?
I do too. I love it. And I love that mentality, and I love that that, like you said, the anti-fragile mindset, man. I mean, listen, give people a day or two to be upset about it, because at the end of the day, losing money sucks.
Yeah.
You have every right to be upset. Don't get me wrong, but after this, Mamba mentality, bounce back, have that killer, have that dog inside of you, and get back into it. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Yeah. But just to circle back though, I appreciate that. Thank you. But I mean, it is, again, we talked about it a few times on the show. Be careful, guys. Be careful. you know, the contagion might not be over. Maybe this is the most of it, right? Maybe this is like the biggest fears and the biggest chaos and biggest concern, and maybe we slowly grind up or we trade sideways. But also, I mean, we have this, but now we have even, you know, all the macro pressure is still there. We have, you know, this is, I mean, if regulation wasn't coming before, which it was, they're definitely got a closer
100%.
eye on this now. I mean, this is going to be a huge potential implosion. And, you know, while we are in the gaming space and, you know, love the games that are being built, we are also in the crypto Web3 space. So I don't know what this could mean in the future for NFTs and gaming tokens and, you know, our space. It's a difficult time for sure. And I don't think that it's over, you know. So buckle up, bear down, you know, batten down the hatches. But also maybe this is where the opportunity is, right? For the people that have conviction, you know, be greedy when others are fearful kind of thing. Not financial advice, but just some things to think about, right? Don't sue us. We need to get that like on your background.
Dude, I am gonna get a neon sign that's
Yeah.
gonna say "Don't sue us." It's gonna go right here. I swear, I'm gonna get it done, just so I don't have to keep holding up a paper sign.
I love it. I love it. But yeah, I mean, we're not going anywhere, right? Bankless isn't going anywhere. Up Only is not going anywhere, most likely, and neither is Web3 Gamer. I love this space. It's an incredible space to be in. I had so much like outpouring of love and support when I made my sponsorship brand ambassador announcement. And like I said, you know, gaming's just chilling. We're like, hey, MetalCore's out, you know, like, like, oh, FTX. Well, like, you know, but I'm playing this game.
Yeah, exactly.
But I just can't say it enough, guys. Be careful, because everyone's out there. Everyone, you know, don't trust most people. Be very careful. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose. And yeah, you know, take cover.
Completely agree.
Paisan, I think that's mostly it. I think we should skip the on the horizon section because honestly, I don't have much on the horizon.
Yeah, no, me neither.
We can maybe close out with games that we're playing. Because this has been a long episode. It's been a good episode to catch up and get back into the swing of things. Crazy week. But we are gamers. We are gamers first and foremost. So what games have you been playing, Paisan? Talk to me.
So, I mean, listen, obviously, you know, things, everybody who watches me knows that things are kind of stale right now. But after today, there will be new games I will be checking out. But obviously, my go-tos and my staples, I've been running STG Football. I haven't been playing it on stream because I haven't been getting the chance to stream that much. But a ton of STG Football. I've played a couple games of Big Time in the background, but it's been hard lately to get some groups. But I've been playing Big Time a little bit. MetalCore when they have the play tests, I've still been running Compete a little bit in the background. But mostly on-stream stuff, guys, has been Web 2 stuff for me because they're really
Modern Warfare, right?
Yeah.
Has that been the game? How's that been going?
It's been so much fun. It's honestly, it's been fun to just, you have to, because it's honestly just been fun to hop into a game and just, you know, have fun. Because, I mean, I do have fun playing Web3 games, but a lot of it's still an alpha test or there's not a huge player base or you can't play it for longer than a couple hours. So, I mean, mostly Web 2 stuff, but STG Football has been a staple.
There you go. Cool. For me, like I said, this week was so busy coming back from vacation or taking a week off. There was so much work to be done, so I didn't get to play a lot of games. But I did get into the DeadDrop Snapshot 3. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Had a lot of fun playing that. Super excited to finally get a chance to play that game. And then, of course, I did my first sponsored stream for Ice Poker. I hosted that this week on Wednesday. We're going to be doing that once a week, either Wednesday or Thursday. I might switch it to Thursday, but right now we're doing Wednesday right around 5 p.m. And we're doing, 2 to 3 hours. So I got to play some Ice Poker Flex sit and goes. I went 0 for 7, Paisan. I didn't win a single turn. I ran bad. I think I played okay. I think I played okay. Hey, man, it's poker, man. It happens.
No, it's poker.
It happens.
You ran bad. It happens. It happens. Trust me. I know.
It was rough. It was rough. I kept saying, I kept jumping into another. Like, I'm not ending the stream until I win. That's great. It was a fun stream to get back to playing, ice poker kind of on a regular basis. We did a $25 giveaway.
That's great.
$25 giveaway, and then we're running the monthly. I guess that's on the horizon. Let me, plug my stuff. We're doing the $350 value all access wearable for ice poker. So if you've ever wanted to play, ice poker, but the wearables were too much money, jump into my stream, enter the giveaway. You can only enter during my sponsored stream. I'm running it for the next 3 weeks. So it's going to be a 4-week competition where you get to enter in. So swing by the stream. All you got to do is enter one time and you're in. But the more times that you jump in and enter, the higher your chances are going to be. You're going to get a ticket with every entry each week. And then, we're going to give away about a $350 wearable. So that's going to be super, super fun. But that's it. That's the week. Woo! That's Web3 Gamer. Anything we got to close out with, Paisan? That was a lot.
It was a lot, but I think it was needed. I think we needed to go the extra time because we missed last week and a ton of things happened and that we needed to cover. But like I said, if we missed anything, please let us know. Sure. Because it is literally impossible for us to find everything. So if there's anything we missed, something notable, just let us know.
It felt like this week was hard, Paisan, because there's a dark cloud over the week with all this, FTX crypto Twitter stuff going on. So it's a little bit of a dark cloud. This week felt hard to do, a little heavy.
You're telling me.
And that's really why I tweeted out that tweet thread, because it's like, it's been tough being excited about game announcements, sponsorship, like, oh, we're streaming the show, I'm doing this podcast, but then it's like, everyone's like, I just lost 80% of my net worth. Like, I don't know what to do. It's like, oh, like I see that. And it's been a tough week. So I'm looking forward to next week, and I'm looking forward to, kind of the dust settling a little bit and hopefully lighter vibes.
Hopefully that would be lovely. Yeah, this past week was absolutely horrendous. Yeah. So hopefully we could just leave that stuff there, and then Monday comes around and by Friday we'll have some good news, good stuff coming. So.
Well, with that said, guys, this has been Web3 Gamer, the recap. If you like the show, leave a comment down below. Let us know your favorite segment. Let us know games we missed. Don't sue us, of course. Like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps out the channel grow. Appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you next Friday.
Peace.
Peace.